What is good, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE, Nintendo Switch, and gaming news video. Today we've got a lot of great topics to go over, and there's going to be plenty more because Nintendo's fiscal year results were revealed. Yes, we have the numbers down, but Nintendo has translated a lot of the key points of this whole thing that they're doing, so I'm definitely going to be going over that over the next day or so. So let's go and get into the first part here. Snipper Clips hits 350,000 downloads. Super Bomberman R has shipped 500,000 units. So here's what Nintendo had to say on the matter. The download-only title, Snipper Clips, Cut It Out Together, was developed over a short period by an indie developer. Its bolsterous playstyle that gets people working together has been highly praised, and it has already been downloaded over 350,000 times worldwide. Now moving on to some third-party titles, or more particularly Super Bomberman R, third-party publishers have also had a strong start to their software releases. Among these, Nintendo shipped over 500,000 units of Konami Digital Entertainment's Super Bomberman R in March, less than a month since the release of the Nintendo Switch. So that is a very good number for Super Bomberman R on the Nintendo Switch. That absolutely destroys any game at the launch of the Wii U, or I think even the 3DS, with maybe the exception of Street Fighter, but even then I don't think it did that well in that small amount of time. So that is really good, showing that Nintendo fans will gravitate towards a classic even if it's a work in progress, which Bomberman R was a little bit more of a work in progress, but people for some reason believed Konami that they would fix the game and improve it over the course of time. I did so myself, and that's exactly what Konami has done. So they followed through. So I think this is a great time for me to just talk about this just briefly. But Konami, Nintendo, I think it's time for Castlevania to come back. There is a dedicated way you guys know how to do this. Obviously, you can take an engine like Unity, you can make it a smaller scale title, you can make the gameplay refined, do a little bit better job as far as at launch, but you can take a classic game that Nintendo fans grew up to love, especially growing up as a kid. Super Nintendo, Bomberman was the stuff, man. Like, everyone was talking about Bomberman. It was like one of that niche but known titles. So you can do the same thing with Castlevania on the Nintendo Switch, and I think that's exactly where Konami is going to go with next, because they know there's a model that works, and they know that Nintendo fans are going to support this. Super Bomberman R could very well pass 1 million units sold, considering that they're actually improving the game with different content updates, upping it to 60 frames per second, making better online play. So I can definitely see Nintendo and Konami working together in order to get other classic franchises like Castlevania on the Nintendo Switch because of Super Bomberman R's success. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Nintendo says that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe pre-orders were very promising. So here's what they had to say on the matter. Pre-orders for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which we released today, were very promising. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will be the definitive entry in the Mario Kart series that both children and adults can enjoy together. The battle mode is much more in-depth compared to the previous installment in the series. By sharing one of their Joy-Con controllers, players will only need a single Nintendo Switch to start playing anytime and anywhere, and inviting the people around them to join in. So I have to talk about this just a little bit because I really like what they did with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when it comes to the smart steering and assist feature. Some people, fake outrage online, were trying to say, this is horrible, this is bad. No, it's not. If you have children, you're rejoicing over this, because we tried to play Mario Kart 8. Me and my daughter have been trying to play it, and she's just not very good at it. She's always falling off of stuff. She just can't steer. But with this, I can actually play this with her until she gets the motor skills in order to be better at the game. So I am super happy about what they're doing with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The fact that you can just have one Joy-Con controller, she doesn't have to use a bigger controller there. She can have that Joy-Con. It'll be easy for us to just play anywhere, anytime, like they say here. I just love what they're doing with that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has so much content, and the pre-orders, it's insane to see that this game, which was already released, is getting pre-orders that probably equaled or topped the original pre-orders for the game on the Wii U. I'm pretty sure that it's close to it. I don't think it's very far off when it comes to pre-orders, or Nintendo wouldn't have even said anything about pre-orders in the first place if it was just like less than half, or just not very good, but okay for a Switch game that doesn't have the install base of the Wii U did back when Mario Kart 8 launched. So I do feel that it is very good pre-order numbers. This game's going to do very well. It was #1 across the board on Amazon Japan and in the US as far as best sellers go. What are Nintendo's two biggest focus areas? Japan and the US. And I've said this before, it's pretty much a new game at this point because of all the additions that they added, because the Wii U necessarily wasn't the most popular system, and the fact that you can take it anywhere you want, like Mario Kart 7, but then have the graphics and the awesome features of Mario Kart 8, there's going to be a lot of people who didn't even pre-order the game that walk into their stores and pick this title up, especially with all the restocks going on at Toys R Us and Best Buy and various stores pretty much today for the Nintendo Switch. There's a lot of momentum for this system and for this franchise. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Nintendo has revealed a brand new revision of the 2DS, which is called the new 2DS XL. So on July 28th, the new 2DS XL makes its debut in North America at a suggested retail price of $149.99. There are going to be various colors, as you can see here, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo's going to release more colors over the course of time. So let's go ahead and get into the press release here. So the Nintendo 3DS family of systems will soon be adding a new member on July 28th. New Nintendo 2DS XL makes its debut in the United States at a suggested retail price of $149.99. The new Nintendo 2DS XL system gives consumers a third choice of handheld systems, one that offers pricing and features that fit between the Nintendo 2DS and the new Nintendo 3DS XL systems. New Nintendo 2DS XL will launch on the same day as the two big games for the Nintendo 3DS family of systems, Hey, Pikmin, and Miitopia. The new addition to Nintendo's portable hardware line demonstrates our commitment to the handheld market, said Reggie Fils-Aimé, Nintendo of America's president and COO. New Nintendo 2DS XL sports a beautiful clamshell design and offers a great balance between price and performance. The new system will be available in a stylish black/turquoise color and will use the same large screen found on the new Nintendo 3DS XL systems. As the name of the new system implies, visuals will be displayed in 2D only. The system is lighter but still packs the same power as the new Nintendo 3DS XL and has a built-in NFC support for amiibo cards and figures. It can play the massive library of quality Nintendo 3DS, new Nintendo 3DS, and Nintendo DS games in 2D. Nintendo systems are also the only dedicated video game system where people can find their favorite characters and game franchises such as Mario, Peach, Yoshi, Kirby, Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros., Animal Crossing, and The Legend of Zelda. There are over 1,000 games in the Nintendo 3DS game library, and more are always on the way, including 2 that launch on the same day as the new Nintendo 2DS XL. These new games will offer fun new experiences for the new Nintendo 2DS XL owners and for the owners of any Nintendo 3DS family systems. Alright, so let's get into some people that are freaking out online, and it's to a lot of people that are excited. So the fake outrage online of people saying that it's a stupid idea, why would they do this? Well, there's some reasons why they would do this. If you look at the numbers, the 2DS has not been selling as well as Nintendo would have liked compared to the Nintendo 3DS XL, the Nintendo 3DS, all that as far as the clamshell design. The design that they put necessarily isn't appealing. So why continue to peddle this product as far as a 2DS, which has cheaper components in it, okay? Why continue to peddle that product when it's not doing as well, and you can make a clamshell design that's 2D only that you can charge a higher price for and have more people potentially jump on because of the library that the 3DS has, backwards compatible with the Nintendo DS. You literally have thousands of games at your disposal, yet you have this product with the 2DS not selling as well. It makes sense that Nintendo would want to up the price of that 2DS product since they're already manufacturing it, up the price if they can, and release that out to the public in a design that more people like, which was the Nintendo 3DS. That's exactly why they're doing this. At $150, it's going to be a hit. I think it's going to do very well because it's far more stylish. If you saw the marketing campaign for this, they showed kind of like tweens and maybe even college students, and I think this is perfect for the college student who likes the Nintendo franchises and who doesn't want to spend the $200 plus on a regular 3DS XL, wants something a little bit smaller, doesn't need 3D at all. Why spend the $200 when you can spend the $150 for this product? And maybe you're thinking the 2DS design isn't good enough and I want to have something that protects my system when it comes to the clamshell design. This makes perfect sense and it's going to do very well. It's going to do better than the 2DS did when it launched, even though it's more expensive than the 2DS. So I don't see why people are saying this is a dumb idea. It's not a dumb idea. It's actually a very good idea. It's a very sleekish looking device, and I think it's going to do very well. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. Nintendo will not be hosting a live traditional E3 press conference, and they will detail their E3 plans later. During this period, period, we will achieve strong results through 3 major initiatives: establishing Nintendo Switch, maintaining 3DS momentum, and continuing our smart device business. We will also push forward on our goal to expand the number of people who have access to Nintendo IP. Finally, the video game trade show E3 will be held in Los Angeles this June. Again, this year, we will not be hosting a large-scale press conference for institutional investors, analysts, and the media. Nintendo of America will present further information on our plans at a later date. So, Nintendo did already say that they're going to be having a Splatoon 2 tournament at E3 for people there, anyone to join in, but they're going to give details later. And once again, there are some people upset that they're not doing a live press conference, but I will always say Nintendo does not need to do a live press conference. Nintendo does not need to do a live press conference. They can do a digital event. If you guys remember, the Nintendo Switch didn't even have a freaking E3 press conference. The system, the Nintendo Switch, had no E3 press conference. All it had was basically a digital commercial, okay? A digital commercial. Then they had a live press conference that people hated, okay? That the initial reaction was bad over that little 3-minute digital thing that they did. So Nintendo, really what it comes down to is the games and how you present the information. If the information is presented in a very clean, straightforward way, people will latch on, people will know your product, and people will buy it. The Nintendo Switch was presented in a very clean, straightforward way where people knew everything that they were going to get for the most part and what they could expect when it comes to first-party titles and when it comes to some of the third-party support. That's all that's important. The theatrics of a live E3 press conference is something that I just don't care for. I'll give you guys a little bit of information about myself and maybe you can see why I'm coming to this. I don't like watching live sports. I don't live very far from my own San Francisco 49ers, and I don't go to the games because I hate dealing with the live crowd and I hate dealing with the traffic and other things. I don't like watching live music. I've only been to one concert, and after that I was like, I'm done. So I'm not big with live events. I have no problem sitting down in a chair, relaxing, live streaming it, and kicking it digitally with all of you ninjas out there instead of going to some place in order to see something. Now, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I do feel that it gets information presented better. You have less of the stupid things that happen at a live conference, like the Suda 51 thing and other stuff, the Wii Remote's not working. There's a lot of stuff that you can just do better with a digital event, and you can get information pumped out so much quicker. Nintendo had that Direct the other day, and they got so much information out in such a small amount of time compared to what it would have happened if they had to do some type of live reveal or live event. Whereas like Call of Duty had a live event and barely got any new information out. So, hey, look guys, I think what Nintendo's going to do is have an amazing digital event. I think it's going to be presented with tons of information, new games. Developers can set up and talk about their games in a way that's edited and it's going to sound good. I think it's going to be a fantastic digital event if that's what they decide to do, which I think they're going to do that. And I think overall it's going to help Nintendo when it comes to getting the information out there, very straightforward for people to understand, whether you're a casual consumer or you're more of the dedicated gamer. And I think it's going to be very good once we actually see the product in front of us when it comes to games and when it comes to the presentation style for what they'll do with the Nintendo Switch and the 3DS going forward. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.